Hello, my name is Mark. I'm a concept artist and illustrator working for the entertainment industry. So here I gonna try to design and do a quick illustration uh, about a flying alien creature, a giant flying alien creature. So I try to imagine some sort of a giant bird-like thing, what is sort of a mix between a bird and a dinosaur. So if you design um, a bird, uh, what you you would like to feel that it is actually able to fly, and this is pretty much about the size and shape of the wing and the actual proportion of the body of the whole bird and the length and width uh, of its wing compared of its wingspan compared to its body, compared to its overall body, because we basically want to feel that those wings could actually support their body and keep them flying. So as you can see, I started with ZBrush. I'm I'm usually using ZBrush in most of my quick creature designs because it's simply really easy to block in quick shapes, really easy to experiment, and I can try out things much more quickly. And I also decided to use ZBrush because with most of the flying creatures, the symmetry and the general balance of the creature is really important. So I just went into ZBrush and I just started with a simple dynamic sphere and started to just massage out the overall shape of the bird. I was trying to create more like a, a wing shape like long distance birds has, like big eagles and stuff like that, because those are pretty much gliding birds, so they glide in the air, so they make a couple of big movements with their wings and they glide in the air. Although I tried to mix with the wing shape of uh, of the big gliding birds with the albatross, because the big gliding bird has a bit more intricate wing shape, and the wing shape is divided by the feathers to make the bird easier to land, but and control the gliding as well. So here I was sort of happy with the wing shape, so I went back to the body, and I wanted to make like a crazy bodysuit, but keep the wing shape really simple and aerodynamic, but making it more like a flying giant weird elephant something, combined with a big bug shape. So, and I had the idea to add these antenna things just to balance out the flight of the creature. So those are, I imagine those are for actually balancing and helping them to fly. So it's almost, from far away it looks almost like a weird bug thing. But I felt that compared to the body size that the wing was a bit small, so that's why I extended it. So I'm going back and forth, trying to go far away, just looking at the silhouette and how it's gonna work, and I'm slowly adding more details around the body area, just to suggest that there are actually muscles under the skin, what can actually support the fly of this weird thing. So yeah, just quickly adding in more details. Just to support the imagined anatomy of the creature. I'm also slowly thinning down the wings because I just feel they're too massive. So probably the bone structure of the creature runs in front of the wings, like in the case of every bird and every flying creature, and the rest is basically just a big skin. What helps him to fly. Just more blobby and muscular details. I imagine the whole scene that we are looking up to these creatures, like flying in the sky, so I'm trying to add more details at the bottom part, because that's going to be like the central interest. And I also wanted to add like small legs or something where they can land, so I know they're not going to be prominent in the future, but I felt they like sort of they are missing. So imagine that they are putting down their antennas and they are also like landing on their antennas, but they can maybe use their legs to sort of grasp onto things or something. For me, it really helps to find some sort of reason for everything, for every part of the anatomy of the creature. Just to I always trying to find the reasons why is the creature like that. I think you always have to ask things for yourself. Okay, what does this creature can do? How it can fly? How it can land? Why why is its body built up like that? Because even if you're designing like fantasy creatures or aliens, they sort of have to make sense inside their own universe. So yeah, it's slowly getting there. I'm getting happy with it. So changing the proportions a bit more, adding some, correcting the overall flow of the creature, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. So that's why I like ZBrush, because I can easily check the creature from multiple angles, and I can just quickly decide is this going to work or not, or what are the parts what I have to correct, or and it's really easy to make changes and see the stuff in perspective. So yeah, I kind of settled with this creature. So what I'm doing now is basically blocking in like one main viewpoint, and I'm duplicating the creature, but also like I want to show a slight movement in the wings. So that's why I'm rotating just the wings, just to have different variations from the same creature. So yeah, this is pretty much the three states how it flies, and I'm slowly transforming the wings how they affect by the actual flight. So they are slowly transforming in the air, so they're not completely like flat and straight. And I have the three versions, so now I just quickly move them around because I want to create more like a small flock, like a small group of these giant flying creatures. So I already had sort of a composition in mind, so I'm trying to recreate that quickly. So placing them around just to create just a bit some overlaps with the antennas, just to suggest they are not in the same place, but they are flying at a certain distance from each other. Yeah, and I'm slowly getting there, so just placing them around. A bit of resizing. Just changing the angle slightly. So they're sort of flying in the same direction, but not exactly. That would be a bit weird. So just adding a bit of randomness to everything. Saving the file. So yeah, and that's it. So I have the view. So I'm quickly setting up some lights, just some bounce lights and some main lights, and doing some really quick renders with trying out different things, sorting the light, sorting out the light properties. I'm also using like different rendering engines, rendering softwares, but for a quick concept, I just felt it's much easier for me to render straight from ZBrush, because it's really easy to handle the lights and much easier to control. There aren't many options, so it's much more simple to control the actual lights and the render. So what I'm doing is I'm resizing the whole document and to around 5,000-6,000 pixels wide, and then I'm doing like quick BPR renders and also doing some renders with some preset materials to get a bit more lighting information and get a bit more detail into the actual sculpt, and just quickly rendering those passes out. It's not much, just a basic render pass, a depth pass, and the mask, pretty much. Yeah, doing some extra renders with this sketch gum material. It really helps to push the details of the creatures a bit more, and just this outline, what I really like, because it's really easy to add rim light with it, and just to enhance the shininess of different parts of the creature. So yeah, that's it, man. I just jumped straight into Photoshop, opening up the renders, copying all the renders into the same file. Yeah, so there you go. I have everything in the same file. So I'm just creating a group. I already exported a mask, so I can just mask everything out and I do a really quick composite of the render buses just to achieve more details. Like this is the sketching phase, like sharpening it up a bit and putting it on top as an overlay layer or soft light layer, adding a bit more colors just to have an overall color slight tint on all of the creatures. Adding the depth mask and a screen layer because I know they're gonna be in the sky, so I'm gonna need them much lighter. And I just start with a photo as a background. It's and creating a new composition, new sort of aspect ratio. Quickly adjusting the values of the creatures just to roughly match the background and roughly match to the colors of the background and the bouncing light what is coming from below. So yeah, and after that I just flattening it down, and from here it's pretty much like the usual painting photo bashing process, just with a 3D base. So yeah, I'm extending and messing the background up a bit just to have it a bit more interesting and a bit closer to what I want and to follow the rhythm of the creatures. Popping out parts. I'm not, because it's not really it's not a matte painting or anything. I'm not really worried about the details or how much photo textures or visual noise I have at certain points. I'm not really concerned about anything. I'm just trying to focus on the whole image and on how to make it look cool, pretty much. Yeah, adding gradients also always helps. I kind of like it, so I jump back to the creatures and quickly adding an overlay layer to. So basically, this step is more about integrating them into the background. Painting on top on sublayers. I really like to work on sublayers because it doesn't it doesn't ruin. I don't ruin what I already have. So yeah, and I also have to match all the shadows and everything for the lights what I have in the background. So that's also part of integrating them. So all the shadows and lights where you're going to feel that they are actually flying in this environment. Adding a bit more pattern to the creatures, a bit more color. Yeah, I'm just going with the flow. And also merge down the creatures again and trying to use match color to match them to the sky a bit more. Basically trying to find the healthy balance between the matched color version and the original version. They also decided to add a bit more translucency to the wings of the creature. Not much, just really subtle, to actually feel that those wings are not that thick, like you can see. They also decided to like fix the silhouettes a bit more. These are the fixes what are really easy to do in Photoshop, but it's much harder. But I would have to introduce like ARF masks and stuff like that in ZBrush in 3D, so it's just way much easier for me to do them in Photoshop, all these like tiny details and adjustments. So yeah, it's getting closer. And the next step is really just painting in some details but are not there, so adding a bit more fine stuff. So from here on, it's basically, I handle it pretty much like a concept painting, like any other concept painting. Correcting silhouettes, painting in fine details. These are really like the last steps. And it's getting together pretty nicely, so I'm just adjusting the main creature a bit, just to feel it a bit closer to us. And yeah, the usual final adjustments. We have extra painting on top. Yeah, it's definitely getting together. So the final touch, I thought I gotta add like an extra level of small birds, almost like the small fishes what are chasing the whales and live in a symbiotic relationship. So maybe these small birds are the same. And it's really great to add these type of details, because you can instantly feel the scale of these creatures, because you have something really familiar around them, so you instantly know how big they are. Quickly checking the composition, doing some final color adjustments, just to have a bit more kind of photographic lighting. Balancing out the colors, just the usual final adjustments, what I do. Strengthening the contrast a bit. To push the lighting a bit more. Yeah, and it's done. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something.